July rolls in with Oxidize 2026 almost on the doorstep. And this month's edition brings a fresh batch of hands-on Qt, C++, and Rust goodness to dig into. On the Qt side, new Qt Widgets and More episodes walk through building a unified progress dialog, adding a pipeable sort to C++ ranges, and taking a quick tour of Qt Creator's built-in UML editor. Meanwhile, the CLion series keeps the momentum going with practical tips on pretty printing custom types, catching qWarning with breakpoints, and stepping cleanly into Qt SDK sources while debugging. With Oxidize 2026 landing in Berlin in under 2 months, we also take a closer look at the conference program, from safety-critical Rust and embedded development to Rust, C++ interoperability, and code quality workshops. And, as always, you'll find a roundup of upcoming training sessions and industry events across Qt, C++, and Rust to help you plan the months ahead. Oxidize 2026 Insights, September 14th to the 16th in Berlin. Rust isn't a future candidate for safety-critical systems anymore. It's already working its way into production stacks across automotive, aerospace, and defense. Oxidize 2026 zeroes in on that shift, looking at how teams are adopting Rust inside real architectures, under real constraints, and across the trade-offs that shape modern engineering. Safety-critical Rust in automotive, aerospace, and defense. Rust is moving into production systems where failure isn't an option, with sessions covering EV battery architecture, unmanned systems, space hardware, and real-world safety practices at the safe-unsafe boundary. Rust for Embedded. Talks and workshops explore Rust's incremental adoption in constrained environments, from integrating Rust into existing C codebases to building bare metal UIs and shipping Rust-based RTOS solutions. Rust and C++ interoperability. A practical look at bridging long-lived C++ systems with Rust, featuring sessions on CXX-based FFI, cross-platform native library delivery, and integrating vendor drivers into industrial stacks. Security, code quality, and performance. Oxidize dives into the bugs Rust doesn't eliminate, covering async fuzzing, static analysis beyond the compiler, better benchmarking methodology, and guidelines for navigating the safe-unsafe boundary. Workshops and talks are available in the full Oxidize 2026 schedule. KDAB video releases. Your monthly dose of Qt Widgets and More. Stop the chaos. Creating a unified progress dialog for Qt Widgets. Jesper shows how to replace stacked Qt progress dialog instances with a single, tidy progress manager that handles multiple tasks and unified cancellation. Implementing pipeable sort for C++ ranges. A step-by-step look at adding a proper pipeable sort to C++20 ranges, covering operator overloading, ADL, and support for customer containers and comparators. How to use the UML editor in Qt Creator. A quick intro to Qt Creator's built-in UML editor, where it is and how to start using it. More from Qt development in CLion. 3 new episodes have landed in the Qt with CLion series, where Jesper Pedersen shares practical, real-world techniques for customizing CLion, improving navigation, streamlining debugging, and boosting day-to-day Qt development. Pretty printing values in CLion. A look at extending CLion's built-in Qt type rendering by adding custom pretty printers for your own data types. Setting a breakpoint on qWarning in CLion. Jesper shows how to set a breakpoint on qWarning in CLion, along with tips for avoiding debugger startup slowdowns and improving everyday debugging. Showing the sources from the Qt SDK in CLion. A practical guide to stepping into Qt source during debugging by configuring GDB init and LLDB init and setting up the correct source map paths. KDAB Training. Whether you're leveling up existing skills or picking up something new, here's a quick look at upcoming KDAB courses. Full details are available in the complete schedule. Debugging and profiling Qt applications on Linux. Berlin, Germany, September 1st to the 3rd, 3 days in English. This is a hands-on training in the essential tools for debugging and profiling Qt applications on Linux, covering debuggers, memory thread analyzers, CPU and memory profilers, and static analysis. Debugging and profiling C++ applications on Linux, Berlin, Germany, September 22nd to the 24th, 3 days in English. An introduction to the key tools for finding bugs and diagnosing performance issues in C++ applications on Linux. Advanced Programming with Qt Widgets, Berlin, Germany, October 13th to the 15th, 3 days in English. An advanced course for experienced Qt developers focusing on Qt internals, large-scale architecture, system integration, and optional topics like multi-threading and IPC. Upcoming Rust courses, online 2026. If you're looking to build a solid foundation in Rust or take your embedded skills further, KDAB's online courses, delivered in collaboration with Ferris Systems, offer structured, hands-on training from long-time members of the Rust community. Full details are available in the complete schedule. Introduction to Rust, online, September 21st to the 25th, 5 half-days in English. A beginner-friendly introduction to Rust's core concepts, syntax, ownership model, and everyday development workflow. Embedded Rust, online, October 7th to the 9th, 3 half-days in English. A focused look at using Rust in constrained environments, covering embedded patterns, tooling, and real-world integration. Introduction and Embedded Rust Combo, online, September 21st to October 9th, 8 half-days in English. A combined track that starts with Rust fundamentals and continues into embedded development for a complete end-to-end learning path. To stay on top of all the RHEL event news, upcoming trainings, conferences, and everything KDAB is involved in, head over to kdab.com events. And if you want the links to every item we talked about today, they're right there in the description, at kdab.com/newsletter, or in the newsletter itself if you're already subscribed. Thanks for listening to the KDAB Newsletter podcast. Your feedback and questions generally help shape these episodes, so don't hesitate to reach out. We'll be back with more Qt, C++, and Rust goodness next month. See you then.